I'm not paying them enough to fight orcs. They are orcs! They should be used to it! And my betrothed is out there! Yes, she's been kidnapped. Her name's Erinal. She's a wood elf. I know, a Bosmer and an Ultima. It's no wonder I can only hire orcs to help. But Erinal, she's so strong. She's like the city walls. Ah, yes. I have her flute from our courtship. We used it to meet secretly in the woods. When you play it, you hear the music from its twin. I tried to use it to find her, but I just got lost. I'm not cut out for traipsing around the woods. Remember, just play the flute and you'll hear an echo from Erinal's counterpart. Please save my betrothed. Not well, though they already accused me of having a weak bloodline. So their derision was more limited accusations of going native and the occasional off-the-cuff reference to bestiality than outright threats. Until now. It's madness, I know. But she wouldn't just get lost. She's known this forest from her youth, and the Eight know there's enough Ultima who don't approve. The Bosmer were tight-lipped, but I pieced together something about morning kidnappings, listening to rumors around town. Please help me find her.
Who are you? What are you doing here? You need to get out before the others return from their raid. By Ifrey, he gave you the flute to find me? I'm sorry, but my old life is over. I was so absorbed in the little love-struck world we made for ourselves, I forgot mine and its needs. The fallen Esti faithful lost a tribeswoman, and as is the custom, they sought a captive in a mourning war to replace the lost. I have a new life now, a new family, new duties. It's a trial to ensure I'm a fitting replacement for the lost tribeswoman. It's nothing for me to escape these bonds, but if I flee, they will capture another. Besides, I belong here, not in that city of stone. I love Laurosse, but I'm a wood elf. Then you understand. Sometimes blood runs deeper than anything. Sometimes things just aren't meant to be. Tell Laurosse I'll miss his stupid pointy face and his awful, awful poetry. Tell him I'm sorry.
Did you find her? Please tell me you did. Or at least that you didn't lose the flute. It's the only memory of her I have. She... what? Where is this tribe? I can't just let her go. I will join her. I can live in the forest. Who am I kidding? This is my fault. Our relationship was always harder on her than it was on me. At least I know she's okay.
Stay away! It's not safe here! I'm glad you're here. I've been trying to help these poor people, but it's futile. There's a blight here that's turned them into rabid beasts. These Bosmer may be beyond aid, but we must find a way to stop the blight from spreading. Undoubtedly, it's the corruption of Prince Naaman's shade, spreading through the forest and somehow affecting the people here. The blight emanates from the trees, which may offer us an opportunity to at least contain it using the standing stones. Long ago, before the Green Pact, the standing stones were used to protect the people from the aggression of the forest. If we can activate the stones, it could prevent the trees from spreading the blight to anyone else. We must work quickly, my friend. Clearly, the blight doesn't affect all Bosmer, but if anyone wanders into this area, I suspect there is a strong chance they will become afflicted. Ifri forbid a scouting party of Vine Dusk Rangers comes here. I can't be sure, but I suspect it's our people's connection to the green that allows us to be infected. Other races will be immune. It also seems that some Bosmer can resist the blight. For that, I have no explanation whatsoever. I think I can actually sense the blight attempting to corrupt my mind. I've never felt anything like this.
Nice hole.
Even the water here seems to be somehow tainted.
Want to die?
The corruption has spread to these plants as well. It's like they're dead, but not dead at the same time. Ifri's bones. The corruption is coming from the den of the eldest. We need to get there, quickly. We must get to the eldest den. There might still be time to save it.
I was just getting started.
If the eldest has been corrupted, then everything in this area, every plant, every creature, and every person will soon become corrupted as well. I can't imagine how this blight can so easily penetrate the forest's protections. It is an ancient plant, a strangler. It's been here from the beginning. It's the lifeblood of the forest in this area. If the eldest is truly tainted, then regardless of the Green Pact, we must slay it. I don't think so. We must consider the significance of the Green Pact as a whole. At its core, it's a covenant in which we protect the Green and the Green protects us. In this case, we must cut off the limb to save the trunk. It's the only way. Not without assistance. After we've killed it, you must remove its heart. We may be able to use that to grow a new strangler to take the eldest's place.
You can destroy the eldest, but you cannot have the heart. It belongs here in the Shadowwood. You will bring it to me.
And we find ourselves here once again. It's so unnatural. It makes me feel queasy. The eldest's heart must be the nexus that ties this plane to ours. I suspect it is also tethered to Naaman's servant, the one who addressed us. We have no choice, though it sounds as if we risk handling the eldest's heart back over to the enemy. Perhaps, though, we might also purge more of the Blight while we were in this realm. That might help us both here and there. The trees in the forest. The taint came from the eldest, but it has undoubtedly spread to the spirits of the trees themselves. If we can slay the corrupted tree spirits, more of the forest may be spared. The eldest's heart can help us. The heart's energy could help you slay the tree spirits, but I'm actually not sure that would be a good idea. If we use the heart this way, it will be corrupted. It would destroy any chance of using it to grow a replacement for the eldest. Thank you for understanding. I do not wish to make this any harder, but I feel that compromising the eldest's heart would be wrong. Go on then, kill the corrupted tree spirits. I will search for Naaman's servant.
Count your victories while you may. Your every step brings a heart closer.
Anyone else?
Yes. Bring me the heart, and I will grant you a merciful death. Maybe. Your hopeless heroism ends here.
It wasn't easy, but we did it. We stopped the Blight from spreading, defeated Naaman's servant, and we still have the heart we can use to grow a replacement for the eldest. All things considered, this went as well as I could have hoped. Thankfully, your efforts within the Shadowwood saved many of them. But there is still much corruption in the forest. I can feel it. Our work is far from finished. Here, I'll take the heart now.
Here.
May the green bring our paths together once more, friend. Their rage has subsided, but they remain touched by the corruption. They will never be themselves again. But we can care for them and give them comfort. It is the least of our duty.
Eat me!
Say, you're the one who exposed that swindler and Darway, aren't you? Alien warlord, my ass.
Now, where did he run off to? Well, aren't you the bold one, running around this part of the forest? You've got to be either fearless or just plain foolhardy. Haven't you seen the undead? I'm a Vine Desk Ranger, and I'm not even sure I'm safe here. Ah, yes, you're the one he mentioned. He'll be glad you're here. The Veiled Heritants were one thing, but the undead are too much. They're Blackroot Clan. They were a cruel lot even when they were living, and now they're even worse. Don't ask me. We're at a standstill as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even sure what's at stake. Until I know more, we're hunkering down here. Indani has been running around, though. He's probably got a plan, but you two are on your own for now. You know, he comes and goes. Oh, yeah, there he is.
Did she tell you? One of the greatest mysteries of Valenwood has finally been solved. Decades of conflicting rumors have been put to rest. We finally know what happened to the Blackroot Clan. They died, right here in Verlaine. Yes, once again the work of Naaman's Shade and the Veiled Heritance. And yes, I do realize we need to return them to rest, but I'm hoping we can uncover more about what happened here while we do. Are you ready to get to work, my friend? The Blackroot Clan warriors are even more bloodthirsty in death than they were in life. But there are also other spirits here, glimmers from the past, crying out for help. I think they're trying to show us something. We need to watch them. Look for the glimmers of the past I spoke of. Hopefully they will help us figure out how to put the Blackroot Clan back to rest.
Move now!
What's that over there?
Elfirion, General Malgoth and the rest of the Blackroot troops are almost upon us.
No, that plan is madness!
Silence, Glonia. Our sacrifice today will ensure our sister villages live on.
It's amazing to think. The Blackroot Clan actually met its end here. Burn out! Here's another scene. Let's watch.
Elfie, I can't do this. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
It's all right, Glenril. The poison itself is slow. The Blackroot will have cut our throats long before you felt its effects. Here, we'll drink it together, and I'll fight by your side till the end.
Until the end.
Now, to battle!
Burn!
Elfie, I can't do this. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
It's all right, Glenril. The poison itself is slow.
Don't underestimate us.
Look, another one!
That's the last of them, General. The village is clear.
An easy victory. Verlaine is the first to fall, but there will be more. Now, per the meat mandate, let us feast on the fallen. Prepare the cave temple. It's a suitable place for a celebration.
It's amazing to think the Blackroot Clan actually met its end here.
We're dangerous, huh?
Look, another one.
General Morgoth, the troops. Half of them are dead. The other half...
are dying, including us. This is poison. The villagers poisoned themselves to poison us.
What do you mean?
The meat mandate, you idiot. Elthyria knew she couldn't win on the field, but she'll still manage victory. To the Nereid Temple. Perhaps we can beg a cure.
Here's another scene. Let's
Rise,
watch.
my soldiers. Back to your bodies and take
Why
up
do you
arms.
command us from the ooze?
A powerful one, unknown to me, has stolen my bow. It invoked the right of theft, and commanded we march against the Dominion.
By your command.
What a sacrifice! To think the villagers actually poisoned themselves in order to poison the Blackroot Clan. It may be morbid, but it's also brilliant. Of course, that really doesn't help us return the Blackroot warriors to their graves, does it? From what I gathered, one of Naaman's servants has stolen General Malgoth's bow and compels the Blackroot Clan to fight by the right of theft. What we need to do is steal the General's bow back, and then we can release him from his vows. We must rely on the scenes of the past. After being poisoned, General Malgoth went to the Nereid Temple. It's likely he died within. I suggest you go in and search for the General's remains. I'll continue searching for clues out here in the forest. Be wary in there. Nereids wield dangerous magic and can never be trusted. It's no surprise they helped the villagers in their suicidal plot. In fact, the Nereids probably consider General Malgoth's bow a prize. They will defend his remains. Desperation turns enemies into allies. The villagers knew General Malgoth and the Blackroot Clan were going to attack, and they knew they couldn't win. Likely they asked the Nereids for help, and the Nereids convinced them this was the best course. Of course, Malgoth sought to unite all the Bosmer under his leadership. He led the Blackroot Clan to conquer much of Valenwood during the Bosmer tribal wars. Then, one day, they just disappeared. No one knew what happened, until now. The Bosmer have always been free peoples, bound only to the green. Rarely have the tribes united under singular leadership, although for a period many, like Malgoth, tried. Most of the so-called wars were not fought at all, but won by trickery. Yes, General Morgoth had traveled far and wide. He had seen the greatness that comes to those who conquer through military might. That you'd not heard of him is a tribute to the sacrifice of the Verrant Bosmer. Because it's in their nature. Death amuses them, and all the more when they can manipulate people into bringing about their own demise. As distasteful as it may be, the Nereids are part of the natural order. I just try to stay away from them. As barbaric as it seems, many clans still lived by the old traditions during the Bosmer tribal wars. Mind you, they didn't consume the bodies of the dead because they enjoyed the taste. It was a matter of tradition. Apparently so, though the tactics they embrace sound more like a Nereid plot than something the villagers themselves might have come up with on their own. For General Morgoth, that's apparently the case. For all his ambition, he was still a staunch traditionalist. It's actually quite impressive that his sense of honor remains intact even so many years after his death. I'd say this is a perverted case. The value that Morgoth placed on his bow alone may be enough for him to want it back. Or he may be using the right of theft as a more honorable justification for his new servitude. There was fear in his voice.
Nicely done!
You would steal that which has already been stolen? Then enter the Shadowwood and seek it, though you will find only death. Come face me if it's the bow you desire. The bow is a boon to our army. You will not have it.
We're back in the Shadowwood. I had hoped not to visit here again. But if this is where he is holding the General's bow, then it's just as well. We need to find the Shade to get the bow back. I don't know. We'll have to search until we find it, though. In the meantime, however, do you recall the glimmers of the past we saw earlier? It seems those spirits are trapped here in the Shadowwood. We should release them. It's the Shadow Rifts that bind them here. From this side, you only need to touch the rifts to close them. That will release the spirits from their torment and weaken Naaman's grip on this place. If you'll focus on that, I'll search for the Shade. Good luck, and see you by the stones.
You will soon join us and fight at Morgoth's side. I hope you've prepared for undeath.
You've freed us. May Ifrit smile on you. You closed the rifts that bound us here. You must stop that shade, though. It ceased to do terrible things to Valenwood. Though I have passed on many years gone now, I still consider Valenwood my home. Thank you, and thank you again for releasing us from his grasp. To be pulled back from the rest of death and bound like this, forced to serve such darkness, it was sheer torture. Though we are dead, the people of Verlaine are in your debt. Yes, I suppose there is. I can give you a shield that will protect you from harm while you remain in the Shadowwood. Take it, and my blessing. May Ifra watch over you in this realm and back in the realm of the living. Good luck.
Naaman warned me about you, and I prepared. You will die, and then you will serve us.
That was a harrowing experience all around. I'm glad it's over. I hope we have succeeded in weakening Naaman's grasp on Valenwood as a whole. Only one thing remains. We must deal with the spirit of General Malgoth. Yes, and since you have succeeded in stealing it, it falls on you to invoke the right of theft with the General. Whatever you ask him, he will be compelled to do. The compassionate choice would be to release the General and his army, to allow them to return to their rest. But if you prefer, you might ask them instead to turn against Naaman and aid our forces in the fight for Valenwood. The choice is yours.
So it's true then? You have retrieved my bow from the shade? My father told me, you will find your bow in an animal's bone. Before it's even carved, you will see it. Mammoth's tusk. Extraordinarily difficult to make a good bow out of, but it was just like he said. I saw it, and I knew. What do you want? You want... I've misheard you. I thought you said leave. But we don't deserve rest. Not after what happened here. We belong to the Ooze.
You released him. I think that was the right thing to do. Since you already freed the villagers' spirits from the Shadowwood, that means all the spirits here can now be at rest. We've done a good thing here. We've done all we can here. But it's clear that Naaman still seeks to harm Valenwood, so our work is not finished. I suggest we spread out and search for signs of darkness. When Auriel wills it, I am certain the Green will bring us together again. Unless you have questions for me, I will soon be on my way. We should both search the forest for other signs of Naaman's corruption. I fear at some point we will have to confront Naaman himself. A spiritual prison of a sort. Bosmer who break their oath to the Green Pact go there when they die, to reflect for an eternity. There's a place called Owls, where we bring the bodies of Oathbreakers. Some think it's a physical link to the Ooze.